Okay.
This is my story.
This is my story.
This is my story.
Now without the nod.
This is my story.
This is my story.
This is my story.
Yay.
This is my story.
This is my story.
This is my story.
This is my story. Hi, my name is Torey Dyer. You might know me from sitting at the garden club table. Also, I am Matt and Heather's daughter. I attend the last service. I also go to youth group here, and Jen's funny. She's one of the funniest people I know. My parents actually discovered ACC. We were looking for a church to go to, and my parents discovered this really nice one here. And the first service I went to was amazing. I loved it so much. The music is beautiful, and the classes are amazing as well. I have a really funny family, as a lot of people have met. My mom's silly. She's a loving person. My dad is funny as well. Hadley, she's very energetic. It annoys me sometimes. She'll know when something's wrong, or she'll just go give you a hug when you want one, or she'll just randomly go give you one. Taylor, she's really calm. She's a really good sister. She'll sit there, even though some days we won't get along, but she will sit there and she'll listen to you. Even though I will be a pain sometimes, and she's a pain to me, but she's a good sister to have. It's because me and Taylor are really not the same, probably. I like games. I like doing hard work stuff. But she likes more girl stuff than I do. Like sit and watch movies. I am a tomboy. I work at Subway. I volunteer at the Piatt County Animal Shelter. When I volunteer, I help take care of the cats, bunnies, all the little small animals. We're actually building a new shelter, so we'll be having dogs as well soon. Sometimes I'll help with the veterinary stuff, but not all the time. That's usually up to the other adult volunteers, but I've been learning slowly about that because they've been showing me more in depth of what they need if they're sick. It's between conservation or veterinarian. I'm still trying to figure out which one, but it's getting close to being conservation because I liked being out in the nature, and it's nice there. My favorite hobby is probably spending time with animals and playing games, of course. My favorite book is probably Turtle in Paradise. It's a really good book. I read when I was in middle school, but I really love that book because it's just full of adventure. SpongeBob SquarePants. That's probably was one of my favorite cartoons. Probably a wolf because you could be a leader or you could just be a follower. And I'm more probably towards being the leader because I like to help others out. I am very confident in myself. I don't normally like stay back. Probably annoying my sister sometimes when I really want to because it's funny on her reaction that we get out of it. Just go up to her and just grab her and she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm a vice president in FFA. FFA helps raise money for farmers that need it. It helps with the agricultural production. I help our president. Before I was a historian, I would help take pictures. I would go in out of school hours to just go and help our teacher or do help with the greenhouse when it's needed. We built our whole float for a parade one year. It was just fun. Just being an officer is an amazing experience. You could get to meet new people and you get to go on adventures. You make a bunch of memories. You don't have to be a farmer. You can be a city person. It doesn't matter. You can still be an FFA. If I could have any superpower, telekinesis, because I could just use it to get stuff off the shelves I can't reach. I'm 5'2". Maybe Dolly Parton. Her songs are good. I also just like, I don't know. She's something. Like she seems really nice. She seems like a wonderful person. It would just be really cool to just have a dinner with like a singer that has really good songs, but also just to get to know them well because they seem like they would be a good person to hang out with. I had this friend that he didn't really have God in his life. He didn't really went to church, and I introduced him to this church, and now he's loving it here, and he's going much more. And he got baptized. I have Crohn's and colitis. I was diagnosed at a really young age. Before I got diagnosed, I was just really sick. It was kind of heartbreaking because I had to stop probably a few sports. There's some days it just doesn't help because I'll just be sick and I just don't want to do anything. I've been making sure I've been taking my medication, making sure I've been eating the right things. There's no cure. It's not going to go away. It's not going to stop me from what I'm going to do in love. My mom. She would talk to me sometimes about it. And when I went to one of the churches in Monticello for a little bit, it was just me. She would ask me, how did it go? What did you learn today? I will sit there and talk to my mom about it. And it was kind of one of her ideas to just come here. Then when we got introduced to this church, it just brightened me up more. CIY was fun. It was amazing. My favorite memory, it was definitely the tree. There was this tree, it represented the roots, and there was soils. There was one with rocks. There was one with thorns. And there was one, it was plain. It was just dirt. And each one represented something different. I think I was the rock because I get distracted very easily by little things. And then I would forget. When you put up that magnet, you didn't know what was going to be because they had different panels everywhere throughout the room. They put them up and that tree lit up at the end of those songs. It felt amazing. It felt really good to know there's so many people that believe in him and you're not alone. I could see myself being a kingdom worker. I will try to introduce God to other people that haven't met him before. I will be honest, I was scared too. And that's because I was young and I didn't feel confident in myself. And more in depth that I got into the gospel, I pretty much talked to a few friends of mine. Going back to my friend that we took with us, he didn't go to church. He didn't do all these things. He had a rough life, but I introduced him to God and he loved it. And he felt more himself. Because I feel like people just need to hear it and know that God is with us. He's always there. Even if you don't see it, he is there for you. And he will be a very important person to have in your life. And he will change on who you are. You might not see it, but I can. I had some stress in high school. It was not good at all. And there was stress because I wasn't doing good in some classes. And plus my junior year was hard. But it was just stressful, and every time I came to church, that stress just went away. And it's just like a refresh for me, and I would go, and then the next day I had school, I would go, and I'll be fine and I'll get my school stuff done. He has changed me to be a better person than I was back then, more confident in myself, because I was never really a confident person. I was a chicken. I wouldn't speak up, but he changed me to be a more outgoing person and confident in myself. And of course, there was going to be a few times, I'm going to be shy, but when I think about him, I think about on how he changed me. I hope to accomplish what he wants me to do.